Hi everyone, thanks for coming back to FemLogic AI. Today we're going to go over 3 tools that you can use that are not ChatGPT. Now they still connect to the generative AI models, and so they are still producing those AI results that we love, but they are tools that you can use for free without using ChatGPT. So let's get started and I'll show you some fun things you can do to improve your personal and professional lives. Thanks. Hey, and the first tool I want to show you is ChatPDF. So if you go to chatpdf.com, you're going to be presented with a screen like this. And so what you can do with ChatPDF is you can actually read PDFs through the tool here. So you just go in here and you just drop a PDF in. And so for simplicity's sake, I'm actually going to drop in my resume because I think we've all had questions about, writing a bio, maybe rewriting something, but I want to see what it's going to do. So the first thing the ChatPDF is going to do is it's going to read through my resume and just give me some stuff about some questions and a little summary. So if we were summarizing a book, this would be really useful. But today we're looking at my resume. So I have a little cheat here where I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, all right, here's what I want you to do. Now I've already mapped this out. In this true form of the ChatGPT, I'm going to make sure that I tell it who I am right here. So I am an IT leadership professional. Maybe I put in AI or something along that line, but for right now, we'll leave it a little generic. I'm going to say what I want it to do. So based on the uploaded document that I gave it my resume, I want you to write a professional third-party bio. So I get asked for these bios, and I'm sure you do too, and it's really hard to write about yourself in third person and make it sound, all fancy like public relations people do. If you had great PR people, that's wonderful. But if you're like me, you just have to do it on your own. And so this is a great way to do that. So then what I did is I said, I want the style should be similar to this example. And I always like to give examples because I feel like that is where the large language models do really well. If you tell it, I want it to look like this. Now, I just got this off the internet. I found somebody that I liked what they had to say. It tells a little bit about them. And what I'm also going to do is add in here. And so I want to make sure that it's not too long. So maybe I go in here and I say, just say maybe it should be no more than 3 paragraphs or something like that, or maybe I just kind of leave it like this for right now. So for right now, I'm going to say, all right, we have an example, and then it does not like it when I do that. And so at the very bottom, I'm going to put in here after their example, I'm just going to click. And once I click enter, I get my Once I click enter, I get my bio back. And so I see very quickly, I get Shauna is an accomplished IT leader, and it actually did the math with 29 years of experience. That's a scary number for me. It went through and it wrote some great information about me. I like what it did there, but I do want to make sure that when it comes through, it says, I have expertise in AI automation and integrations, which is great, but it doesn't say anything about my volunteer work. So I'm going to say, add more details about my work in the Nashville Technology Council, because that is a big part of my life, and I want to make sure that if I am writing a bio that somebody is aware of that. So it gives me a great little few paragraphs here on the Nashville Technology Council. So I really like that. So that is one way you can use ChatPDF. So now I have a giant bio. Maybe I want it shorter. Can you make the entire bio less than, I'd say, 3 paragraphs, because I feel like I don't want to go too far. Less than 3 paragraphs, and then it's going to come up and it's going to say 1, and then it also added in. So I like how it combined the things in here. So did it do 3 paragraphs or gave me a little more? Maybe it made me 4. So close enough. But yeah, it did shorten it down some there. So that's a really nice little bio that it made off my resume. So that's one way you can use this very useful tool. You can use it to summarize documents, summarize, your kids' schoolwork, if they have a large, PDF file with lots of information in there. So there's all kinds of uses here, but we'll move on to the next tool. Number 2 on our list is going to be when you go into ChatGPT, you can actually use the web now. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now there is a catch. You can only use it if you have ChatGPT 4, which is the paid version. Right now, at the time of this video, it's about $20 a month, but I'm going to show you how to use that if you do have that. So you're going to go back down here to our 3 little dots. You're going to click on that. You're going to go settings and beta. And so since the web is, right now, it is in beta, you're going to have to go to your beta features. And you want to make sure this browse with Bing is on, it's green. And so I would go ahead and for the use of our videos, I go ahead and enable all of them because I like them to be on. And then because we will use all these just for reference, because we'll go into this in one of our next videos. This is the new code interpreter. So it was once called a code interpreter. Now it's advanced data analysis. So also a really cool tool. So go ahead and enable all these. But for this video, all you really need enabled is browsing with Bing. So then you can close that out. All right, so now when you go up here and you got to click on your ChatGPT 4, you see it in your defaults here. So you can say, all right, I want to browse with Bing, and then I can go in here and I can put in stuff and I can tell it to do a summary of a website. So for For simplicity's sake, I went ahead and typed this out, but give me a list of 3 takeaways from this article. And this is just an article I found out on the web about wireless phone chargers. So I know a little bit about wireless phone chargers, but not a ton. But I also don't want to read through a whole article. So you go through here and say go. And now it's browsing with Bing. So it is using Bing in the background. Now I'm using this in a Chrome browser, and I tried it both in the Chrome browser as well as the Edge browser, and it seems to work the same in both. So that doesn't seem to be an issue there, because sometimes with Microsoft products, they want you to stick with the Microsoft tools there. So, all right, let's see what we got. Takeaways. That's awesome. It talks to you about like what works with the iPhone 12. Obviously, this looks like it's an older article, but that's okay. And so it's given me what I asked for. It gives me the top 3 takeaways from this article. So great. So from here, I can ask it questions. What would you recommend? For an iPhone 12, and we'll go ahead and see what it says on iPhone 12 there. What would you recommend for an iPhone 12? And it says for an iPhone 12, and it gives me a recommendation. So pretty cool. I can go out there and browse the internet now. So new feature, hasn't been out for very long, and so that's a nice to have. Other programs like Bard has had access to the internet for a while, as well as Perplexity and some others. So go ahead and go out there and give it a shot, and let me know what you think. All right, the third and final tool I'm going to show you today is Wisdolia. And so what I like about Wisdolia is think of it as electronic flashcards. So as a parent, I don't always know all the Spanish words or all the math facts or the history facts from my childhood. I guess I forgot those somewhere along the way or didn't learn them as well. But what Wisdolia does is allows for you to make electronic flashcards. And so I feel like this is a super helpful tool. Even when I'm trying to learn for a certification or something along that line, this is the way you can get your digital flashcards. So let me show you how that works. So you just go to it's apps.wisdolia, and then you're going to click on try it for free. Now you can either point to the website that contains your content, or for me, I went ahead and downloaded the PDF. And so if I go over here and I go to documents and I go into my FemLogic folder, I can find where I'm looking for my Spanish to English information here. And so I put that out here, English to Spanish PDF right there. And I'm going to pop that in. And so now I want to generate questions. And so what this looks like without any, all right. And so now it comes in here and it says, what is the English translation for hola? I actually know this one. So I can type in hello, and I can say answer. And then it's going to say, give me some feedback. And it's going to say, did I get it? Yay, I'm right. And so it's going to say, I know it. So it actually marks in here that I know this information. And so it says, how do you feel about this knowledge? So it defaults to, I know it because I got the answer right. But if I just had guessed, I could put in here, not sure. And so then I can go on to the next question. How do you say thank you in Spanish? And I'm just going to say hola because I know that is incorrect. And let's see what it does. it comes in here and it says, it's evaluating, it's looking at my answer, and it's going to say, and it comes back and it says, what you said was wrong. So I'm like, oh man, how'd you feel about that? I'm going to say I felt okay about it. So I can keep going through all these questions here and I can keep answering this. But what it's doing is it's giving me a cumulative like sheet of what I used to do old school with the flashcards, and I'd pull out the ones that I knew really well, and then I'd keep the ones that I didn't know very well and continually look over those. Essentially, you're doing that in electronic form. And so for the next generation, I feel like they respond better to things that are on screens. So why not make it more fun? So Wisdolia is a fun tool that I think is very useful. So that's my last one for today. Next, we're going to tackle plugins and code interpreter, or the new advanced analysis on ChatGPT. So stay tuned and let me know if you like this one. Next, we're going to cover code interpreter as well as plugins. So two of my favorite things. So stay tuned and we'll have more for you soon. Thanks, and I hope you're enjoying the content so far. Like and subscribe. Well, that's all we had today. So I hope you liked the 3 tools I showed you today. All of them are really valuable in different ways. As we go through these, I'm going to start showing you plugins as well as one of my favorite things, which is Code Interpreter, and then the images. We're going to get into that. So stay tuned as we come one video a week. We're going to get some new content out there, and I hope you're enjoying. So hopefully we've made your life a little simpler and showed you how to automate so you can spend more time doing things that bring you joy. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.